Coming up on After the Whistle, Penn State women's and men's lacrosse teams continue to thrive in the late stages of the season.
Plus, highlights from District 6 high school baseball and softball games from this past week.
And Penn State finds its head basketball coach for the upcoming season. All that and more coming up on After the Whistle. Hello and welcome back to After the Whistle. I'm AJ Sisson.
And I'm Logan Mirandis. Penn State's lacrosse programs are rolling as of late, but State High hasn't had the same luck. We'll dive into that and much more, but first, we start on the diamond as we head to Community Field as State High played host to Mifflin County. State High's head coach Dave Williams and company looking to get this big win, but after an RBI single from Kayla McKnight, State High would answer back and record the strikeout to keep it a 1-0 Mifflin County lead to open things out. But it'd be Adam Cooper to respond for State High. He cranks a double into the gap to score not one, but two Little Lions to put a State High 2-1 lead at the end of the first inning. And State High looking to build on that lead as well. It'd be Jensen Chestnut to do just that for State High. He would get a double right here, and he'll fly around the bases to extend these Little Lions lead. They would lead 3-1, but that'll be the only scoring for State High for now. As Mifflin County would look to come back into this one, they would do so in one of two ways. First, a wild pitch, which would score Tucker Gill all the way from third. That would cut the State High lead in half. But then you have a runner on third. He's not going to stay there. He's on his way home. J.P. Panito going to steal home and tie things up at 3. And Tucker Gill with an RBI single right up the middle to put Mifflin County back up in front 4-3. Mifflin County will go on to finish a 6-0 run to take this one 7-3 over State High. State High now sits at 1-3 on the season as they took the trip to Wexford to take on the North Allegheny Tigers this afternoon, with the Little Lions trying to stop the Tigers' undefeated start to the season. As for Mifflin County, they're now 2-1 and playing host to the 1-3 Chambersburg Trojans tomorrow.
Bellefonte continues the road trip around the district with their next stop in Penns Valley. Let's take a look here on a beautiful Tuesday afternoon, about 60 degrees outside for a matchup between these two squads. Let's head to the top of the first inning. Tristan Heckman is getting the line a single into left field. Left fielder trying to come on and make a play. Trevor Johnson rounding third. He will come home without a throw and he will score. 1-0 Red Raiders. They're going to try and carry this momentum a little bit later into the inning as well. Pitch, ball gets past the catcher to the backstop. He can't find it. Here comes the runner, Eberling, from third. Alex Eberling will score. 2-0 Bellefonte. Later on in the first inning here, too, Dominic Caparella, he's going to power one into left field. Left fielder trying to come on and make the play. He will catch it. He's going to try to make the throw home, but the throw is not in time, and Tristan Heckman will come in and score. It'll be 3-0 after one inning. Celebrating their 3-0 inning, but let's head into the top of the second now. Caparella is going to sneak a ground ball past the diving second baseman. Eberling is going to come around third, and he will score as well. 7-0 now Red Raiders. They are just pouring it on into this game. On into the third inning now. Eberling, he's going to try and power one as well. He pops one into center field. Center fielder coming on. He's going to make the play. Runner Nathan Fisher at third tagging up. He's going to come home. Throw is not in time. He is going to score as well. 9-0 Bellefonte after the third inning, but this game will only last 5 innings. They'll tack on one more run and show no mercy to the Rams as Bellefonte will take down Penns Valley 10-0 after 5 innings. Bellefonte wins 10-0 in this one, and they're going to keep going on, and they're going to, well, they'll face Huntington in their next game before a 5-game road trip before their home opener next week. Penns Valley is going to host the Tyrone Golden Eagles tomorrow as well.
Now we head to Community Field, where State College softball hosted Chambersburg on Tuesday. You got a pan over in State High on this beautiful Tuesday afternoon. And we start out with no one on the bottom of the first. Kyle Miller has some work to do, gets the first strikeout for State High, keeps a 1-0 Chambersburg lead. But Miller's not out of the woods just yet. She gets her second strikeout of the inning, keep it 1-0 Chambersburg. Now at the top of the third, State College in some trouble, but Jessica Hawbaker gets under it to stop a rally. Chambersburg still up by 1. As Chambersburg still looking to add on to their lead, still in the top of the third inning, and they will do just that. A line drive gets into the center field gap that'll score 2 more runs for Chambersburg, and they now lead 3-1. And we'll keep it right in that third inning as courtesy runner Lauren Allison. She has a great break off the first base bag. She slides into second base for the stolen base as she's now in scoring position for Chambersburg. Same inning, bases loaded, and Carly Benedict takes ball 4 outside. Allison comes in to score. Chambersburg leads 4-1, and they would hold on to win 7-2. State College now falls to 0-2 on the year and will take on Cedar Cliff on Thursday. Chambersburg improves to 2-1 on the season and will take on Mifflin County on Thursday.
Well, let's head over to Lubrano Park where the Nittany Lions hosted the Indiana Hoosiers. Nittany Lions taking the field on a chilly Sunday afternoon, and that's going to be Jordan Morales taking the bump for the Nittany Lions and Luke Hayden for the Indiana Hoosiers. We're going to hop into the top of the second here, 0-0 game. Tyler Cerny, he's going to ground one right up the middle. Brock Tippett, he's going to round third, and he's going to come home and score. Indiana's going to take a 1-0 lead here in the second. Heading to the bottom of the third inning, Indiana has a 4-0 lead. Kyle Hannon powers one deep into right center field at the wall. It is gone for a 2-run home run into deep right center field, cutting Indiana's lead down to only 2. We're going to head into the top of the fifth. Now 6-6 tied game. Tyler Cerny trying to power one over the wall as well. He drives it deep at the wall, at the track. That is gone for a 3-run home run. Indiana now leads 9-6. They're going to keep piling it on into the bottom of the ninth. Now 22-11. Tyson Cooper flying one out to center field, trying to get something going here, but it is not enough, and it is too late for the Nittany Lions. Indiana will win this one 22-11. With the win, Indiana improved to 20-8, but fell to Indiana State yesterday. They will host Iowa on Friday. For the Nittany Lions, they dropped to 14-11 after a loss to Bucknell last night and will host Delaware State for a 3-game series starting on Thursday. Well, Penn State struggled against Indiana, but our own Carlos Garcia was there. Carlos, what did you see?
Thanks, guys. As Indiana's bats started to catch fire, Penn State's gloves were ice cold. Let's take a look. In their Big Ten Conference home opener, Penn State had a 1-0 series lead over Indiana after a Saturday morning victory, and then Sunday came along. After rain postponed Friday's game, Sunday featured a doubleheader between the Hoosiers and the Nittany Lions at Medler Field at Lubrano Park. Dropping the first game 4-1, Penn State aimed to change the outcome of the weekend, but was unsuccessful in their attempt.
But when you walk 7, you hit as many as we hit, you make 4 errors, you're not going to win. You know how even with 11 runs, you're not going to win. You know how I know? Because they scored 22.
Penn State suffered its 10th loss of the season after giving up more than 20 runs en route to a 22-11 blowout. While only scoring runs in 3 innings, it was the defensive side of the innings that completed this recipe for disaster. Numerous hit batters and fielding errors allowed Indiana to tack on more runs in that one. Although they gave up 3 home runs, Penn State's pitching rotation isn't worried about the loss.
Finishing this game, and then we're coming back Tuesday. Nothing from today ends up on Tuesday. So it's just a totally new game.
Although there's sunny skies here at Medler Field, the Nittany Lions had a gloomy afternoon. With a game full of sloppy defensive play and only few innings with some offensive spark, they weren't able to get it done. And they were unfortunately on the wrong end of a lopsided victory. But with more conference opponents coming into State College, the preparation for games remains the same.
Honestly, we got to prepare the way we would regardless of who it is. And I know that's coach speak and it's very vanilla, but that's the honest to goodness truth. I mean, we have to play better baseball. We have to get better, and we have to prepare the same way.
Penn State currently sits at second to last in conference play. The Nittany Lions continue to struggle on the diamond with 2 errors in a 17-14 loss to Bucknell last night.
Thanks, Carlos. So we'll see if the Nittany Lions can bounce back from a 3-game losing streak playing Delaware State.
Well, I know they started off hot at home, but we can see if they can start continuing to get back on track here.
Well, there's a lot more to come still on After the Whistle with lacrosse coming up and Penn State men's lacrosse playing Ohio State in a crucial conference matchup.
And Penn State women's lacrosse, they're trying to bounce back after Cornell and dropping their first game since March 8th. Did they get back to their winning ways? Find out after the break here on After the Whistle. But first, let's take a look at some scores from around District 6.
Welcome back to After the Whistle, brought to you by Com Radio, the Center County Report, and Penn State's chapter of Awesome. I'm Logan Mirandis.
And I'm AJ Sisson. Penn State's men lacrosse look to keep the good times rolling here in Happy Valley. Number 16 Ohio State came to town on Sunday to face number 11 Penn State in Panzer Stadium for Penn State's second Big Ten matchup of the season. Both teams in their respective huddles here. It's a mid-40s day, sunny on a Sunday. But we're heading to the first quarter here. Jack Trainer, he's around the back of the net. He's going to make some moves. He's trying to cut around in front. He's going to get the shot over Marcus Hudgens and get it past Skylar Wallen, a 4-2 lead for Penn State. Second quarter now, Penn State with the man up. Kevin Winkoff rifles a bullet past Wallen. 6-3 now, Penn State. Still in quarter two, Matt Trainer, he's trying to make some more moves here. He's already got 2 goals. Scoops around, goes behind the back, and gets it into the back of the net for a hat trick. 3 goals on the day for him at this point. 8-6, Penn State. Penn State 10-6 now, up at halftime. They'll have a man-up opportunity coming out. Ohio State with the ball now in the third quarter. Jack Myers, he's making some moves. He's going to rip a sidewinder right past Jack Frasian. 15-7 lead now for Penn State. Fourth quarter action now. Penn State ball. Michael Ferrone, he's going to score on the man-up. 17-9 Penn State, and they will lay it in. Penn State defeats Ohio State 17-9. Penn State defeats Ohio State 17-9. Penn State improves to 6-3 on the season and will take on Johns Hopkins University on Saturday for its first night game of the season. Our own Hayden Lewis was at the game. Hayden, what did you see in this one?
Guys, Penn State scored all kinds of goals and played stout defense all afternoon. Let's take a look.
The blue and white came onto the field Sunday afternoon at Panzer Stadium with one word in mind: win. The defensive unit right here would be paramount in those efforts. The Buckeyes opened the scoring with this impromptu goal from Kyle Borda past Jack Frasian. But then, Jack Trainer would close out the first quarter scoring with this exclamation point shot past goalie Skylar Wallen. Not to be outdone by big brother, little brother Matt Trainer scored this incredible behind-the-back goal, resulting in laundry being thrown on the field for fouls committed on the play.
Penn State Nittany Lions men's lacrosse team was firing on all cylinders on the offensive side of the ball. But the biggest story all season has been the defense. We're going to touch on that and much more.
I mean, the defense has been playing great all year, and I think without them, I don't think we'd be where we are. So, shout out those guys.
Pup Buono over the head check. Kevin Parnham lift check. An overall tough defense from Jack Posey all afternoon long helped lead to a Nittany Lion win. Head coach Jeff Tambroni had this to say about winning.
And so if you have a chance to win, especially at home, you got to take advantage of it, and you can add quality wins to your resume, hopefully to give yourself a chance to be considered at the end of it.
The defense also helped out on the offense with assists like this that helped lead to the 17-9 victory on home turf. The team was excited for its first Big Ten victory, but now sights are set on the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays, who come into town this Saturday.
The team will play in its first Under the Lights game on Saturday at 6 against the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays.
Thanks, Hayden. The Sunday fun will continue at Panzer Stadium as number 18 Penn State women's lacrosse played its final non-conference game of the season on Sunday in a tight contest against Cornell. This game played immediately after the men's lacrosse game. You see both Cornell and Penn State getting ready for this matchup. And it'd be Megan Murray to start things out early for the blue and white. She would score back-to-back goals, putting Penn State up 3-1 early in this contest. Now moving midway through the first quarter, and Brooke Haas going to cut out towards her right, split the defenders for the goal. Now Penn State back up 4-1. Now moving into the second quarter of action, Cornell gets in on the fun. Kylie Gelibert scores an unassisted goal, putting Penn State just up 5-3. And now responding on a 2-goal Cornell run, it would be who else but Kristen O'Neill moving out towards her left. She fires one in from the circle, putting Penn State up 6-3. Penn State would lead 7-5 at the half, and coming out of the half, it would be the Big Red starting out things hot. Amanda Kramer would spark a 5-goal run for Cornell, that goal putting them down 7-6. Cornell would come back to tie it, but multiple free position goals would put Penn State out in front. First, that one from Kristen O'Neill, and then Megan Murray would join in on the fun as well, putting Penn State back up 13-10, and that's where the score would stay for Penn State's win. With the win, Penn State improves to 10-3 on the year and will face Michigan on Saturday. For Cornell, the loss bumps them down to 6-5 on the season, as we'll host Harvard on Saturday.
After the whistles, Jarrett Daviler was there to catch the action. Jarrett, how was Penn State able to come out on top of this one?
Thanks, guys. The sun was shining at Panzer Stadium on Sunday, and let's take a look how Penn State pulled it out. The first quarter started with co-captain Kristen O'Neill taking it herself and scoring the game's opening goal. After Cornell tied things at 1, the Nittany Lions answered with 4 straight goals, 3 from senior Megan Murray and a beautiful goal from Brooke Haas, who splits the defense for the score. Cornell, however, would not go away as they scored 2 late goals and only trailed by 2 at the half. The Big Red opened the second half on fire, and after tying the game, Maggie Pons used a nice move to get past the Penn State defense and score, giving Cornell an 8-7 lead. Penn State got off to a hot start today here at Panzer Stadium, and after Cornell came storming back, 2 Nittany Lions made sure today would end in a win. Needing some momentum, O'Neill and Murray scored back-to-back free-position goals to give the Nittany Lions a 9-8 lead. The duo scored 4 goals apiece, and O'Neill capped off her total with a tough goal early in the fourth quarter, starting another Penn State scoring run. After tacking on a few insurance goals, the game ended in a 13-10 Penn State victory. And after the game, O'Neill said that the message during the Cornell comeback was, quote, sticking to what they do well.
When they went on that run and we weren't really producing on offense, we were just like, let's work the ball, let's cut through, and place these shots, do what we do every single day in practice, and it worked out.
The post-game festivities featured the Nittany Lions signing autographs from Morgan's Message, a group that looks to eliminate the stigma surrounding mental health within the student-athlete community. Cornell fell to 6-5, while Penn State improved to 10-3 and will travel to Ann Arbor to face Michigan this Saturday. It was a hard-fought out-of-conference win for Penn State, and let's see if they can keep it up this Saturday in Big Ten play at Michigan.
Well, Penn State men's basketball team found itself a new coach this last week. Logan, you were at the presser. What can you tell us?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for anyone to fill the shoes of Micah Shrewsbury, but Mike Rhodes, coming over from VCU, will look to do just that. And let's take a look at the highlights of his opening press conference.
And I am excited to welcome our next head basketball coach, Mike Rhodes.
A new era of Penn State men's basketball tipped off with the hiring of ex-VCU head coach Mike Rhodes. That was made official after a 7-year contract was enough to lure the Pennsylvania native home. Among the crowd to meet Rhodes for the first time were players from Penn State's recent run in the NCAA tournament, from seniors who won't get the chance to play for him to players currently in the transfer portal. Those players weren't the only ones in the tournament, however, as Rhodes capped off his final season at VCU with an Atlantic 10 tournament championship and an NCAA tournament appearance, his third during his 6-year tenure with the Rams. But now, after taking over for Micah Shrewsbury, who recently took the head coaching job at Notre Dame, Rhodes faces a tall task with a program that has since seen its entire recruiting class decommit.
The journey to help Penn State recapture last season's success won't be easy, but all roads have their starting point.
For Rhodes, that start means 3 things.
Bold, different, and aggressive. I want to say it again. We want to build something that is bold, different, and aggressive, and not be afraid.
Penn State fans hope that creates a winning formula on the court, and during his 19-year coaching career, Rhodes has amounted 373 wins. That long history of success is something that Penn State Athletic Director Pat Kraft has closely followed.
He's a winner, hard stop. He's a winner, period. He knows how to win. He understands what it takes to win at every level. He's done it at Randolph-Macon, he did it at Rice, he's done it at VCU. He's a winner.
While Rhodes starts to build up the Nittany Lions for the upcoming season, one thing he already has is a love for the Penn State community, something that fans will enjoy as they look for stability after what is now their 4th coach in 4 years.
I mean, I'm going to wake up tomorrow and be the head coach at Penn State every day and coach basketball and help young people pursue their dreams. Are you crazy? Why not? And why not now?
I'm Logan Barandis for After the Whistle.
Logan, that was a great story. And Coach Mike Rhodes, like many Penn State fans, they're hoping that they can get them back to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and we'll see just how Coach Mike Rhodes fares in Big Ten Conference play. But that's going to do it for this week's show of After the Whistle. And AJ, where can people tune in to hear the latest updates on District 6 sports and Penn State sports?
Well, how about Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at After the Whistle.